Across the floor, Brian. All right, 25 minutes after 7 o'clock here in the East. Denver wants to give people a place to do drugs. This coming after overdose deaths in the city reaching more than 200 last year alone. The city council just approving a privately funded pilot program for a supervised injection site, which state lawmakers still need to approve. It would be the first U.S. city to have such an injection site. So, is it a good idea? That's what it all comes down to this morning. Here now, attorney and director of public policy for the James Dobson Family Institute. We've got Jenna Ellis and Democratic political analyst Jason Nichols. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Steve.
Okay, Jason, let's start with you. You think this is a good idea. Why?
I do. Well, I think we all across the board know that drugs are a public health problem and not a criminal one. This will be a way to stop overdose-related deaths. These supervised injection sites will also clean up our environment and make it so that there aren't needles in public bathrooms and in public parks and on the streets. You know, I'm from the Baltimore area, and I can remember going to Druid Hill Park and seeing needles on the ground, which were very unsafe. This also will help stop some of the other issues in terms of the spike of HIV and hepatitis from needle sharing. So this actually gives us a lot of advantages and will make things better for our society.
All right. Jenna, you have a different point of view.
Yeah, this isn't innovative. It's absurd. I mean, we all definitely want to help treat addiction and mental health, but supervising and facilitating drug use is absolutely the inappropriate way. And while, you know, we may want to do all of the wonderful things that Jason just stated, but the statistics in Colorado actually show that most crime is drug related. And since 2012 in Colorado specifically, the crime rate has gone up. Felony filings have gone up 46%. Since 2013, when the drug laws were actually minimized and the penalties were minimized, then there have been double the rate of filings in general. And so there's absolutely no reason to believe that if we have a safe injection site where there's not even an exemption where kids couldn't be brought to this site, that this would actually help treat addiction when there's no reciprocal responsibility on the addict's part to actually take advantage of any of those programs. They can just go and shoot up without having any criminal responsibility or liability.
Jason, what's your main concern? I know you think, by and large, it's a good idea, but what's your main concern about this program?
So, well, number one, I just want to say that there have been 75 studies that have shown that the sites are not linked to an increase in crime or drug use. So I think that that's absolutely false. My main concern, to be honest, I think that this, you know, I've lost friends to overdose, and I honestly don't have any concerns. The medical community is 100% behind this, people who actually have a background in this. So I think that this will actually be a good thing for our society and cleaning things up so that people don't get sick and die when we've had, you know, even President Trump has shown his own concern with the overdoses in our country. So I think that this is a good step.
And Jenna, you've got to admit the intent of trying to, you know, prevent overdose death, that is admirable because it's an epidemic in this country.
Oh, of course. I mean, the opioid epidemic is absolutely a crisis in America, but creating a safe space where people can legally go and commit a criminal activity outside the zone of criminal responsibility is not the way to treat addiction or mental health. And the statistics that Jason tried to cite, but the treatment has always been in the context of drug court, probation, or some other responsibility that attaches to greater penalties for addicts when they're actually willing to get help. But it has helped, and studies and I used to be a prosecutor and defense attorney here in Colorado. Drug court absolutely works, and that's only because of the threat of higher penalties. And so this type of safe space to allow people to come is not going to prevent this, and there's no studies that show that.
They've done this in Canada, they've done it in Australia, and it's actually lowered the amount of overdose-related deaths. Well, and that's what we're trying to do, is save lives.
They have approved it in Denver. Let's see what happens going forward.
Minimizing drugs in Colorado has not worked.
All right. Jenna Ellis, you get the final word. Jason Nichols, you got the first word. So thank you very much for joining us live today.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you, Steve.
So what do you